Now, let's have a Heidi up, shall we call it? Yeah. Hello, and welcome to Tweed's Garage, where it's another episode of Tweedys Shorts. So, for those that don't know, just a little sort of shorter video of stuff going on around the workshop and things. So, in this one, I was wrestling around with the bench grinder last time and thinking of where to put it on the bench. Got a solution for that. We bought a few more tools off of Facebook Marketplace. Bought an Anvil. Didn't really need one. I've been looking for one, but a small one. And this one came up and the price was too good. And yeah, I bought it. So yeah, we're a bit on anvils because we went down a little wormhole, learned a few things. So I'll tell you those few things. What else? Bought another Fobco drill. You know, one ain't enough. Got to have another one. So yeah, I'll show you bits of that. It's all in pieces around the workshop at the moment. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, we went to Beaulieu. Went to Beaulieu Autojumble, had a little look around. I won't show you any video of the stalls of one man's junk is another man's treasure, shall I say. We did give a good going over. Dottie come along with us and yeah, ran me ragged. I was sort of done by 3 o'clock. But she sort of kept going, so we managed to do all the auto jumble. We managed to do the little boot sale auto jumble they have there. We done the museum, had a look around that, and we done the Bonham's auction tent because the auction had finished by Sunday, and so yeah, you could go and have a walk around there without having to buy a catalogue. So a little bit of video of the nice cars for you, nice shiny cars for you to have a look at. So there's that. And then stuff I bought at the auction, no, not the auction, at the Auto Jumble. Yeah, of course, I didn't buy anything car or motorcycle orientate, well, sort of, but yeah, nothing for the cars, nothing for the bikes. I did buy this very nice kettle. Needs a bit of a polish, could be a genie in it, who knows. Yeah, no, I bought this to go with my little stove up here to pop in the Riley for a cup of char when we're out on the road. So yeah, been looking for a while. You can only get the aluminium ones normally, but yeah, I thought this was quite nice. And of all the things I had on me when I was wandering around the auto jumble, you know, hat, moustache, possible recognition, no comments about that at all. But the kettle, 5 people. Oh, that's a nice kettle. So yeah, we got that and some other things down on the bench, so I'll show you. Come and have a look. So what did we get from Beaulieu if we didn't get car stuff? Well, we got the kettle, very nice kettle, but also we got a bit of tooling when we were having a look around. Managed to get these, never seen these before. These are German fine precision files. So I've got a set of these. Sometimes, even with machining and all that, you sometimes need to get in with some files. So we got 4 files, different profiles, 2 sort of knife profiles, 1 pointy at the end profile, and then this sort of squash diamond file. But they're just nice for getting into, you know, if you've got a slot, open slot, it's difficult getting a, you know, standard file into some narrow slots. So this would do the job. You could clean up both sides with this. That's a nice one. And these even more so because these are even thinner. You can, you know, see how thin they are. So yeah, quite fragile, but go to a nice point. And then the same with this one. Very thin profile. And to a nice sort of point at the end. And then this one I got because it's sort of a double end point on it, you know, getting into corners and deburring things that are tricky to get into. So yeah, they were quite nice. Pleased with those. So we've got a selection of those, you know, sort of thing you'll probably never see again. Not in this sort of as new condition. And any of you that buy files will know, yeah, you just very difficult to get quality files now, you know, because people don't use them so much. So that was that. And then I know I bash on about my little King Dick, this one, do love it, This is a 4-inch King Dick adjustable spanner, 1935. Still as good as the day it was made. And they're very useful because they fit in your hand like that. You can sort of grab it with 2 fingers like that, and you can still work away, you know, around your engine and that, and then just bring this in and off you go. And then they can go on, you know, they go the conventional way, but they're also very designed to be, you know, drop down on top to undo things. So very handy. So I was looking for, I know they do a smaller one. I think they've originally done sets of these. You've got a 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, and I think a 9-inch, which come in very nice sets. How do I know this? Because I've got a book on adjustable spanners. That's how I know this. And I'll show you a little picture of the set in a leather pouch. I wonder whether there are any of those around. What a find that would be. Anyway, that's that one, the 4-inch. And then I had a look, and Dottie, my daughter, was having a look, and she come up with these 2 on different stools. Very good condition, all work very nicely. So these are the 3-inch, and these are even more useful for, you know, just slipping in your pocket when you're going out on a bike or something, or in the car, just as an emergency. Very useful and very good to get into small spaces that you wouldn't get, you know, a normal adjustable. Sometimes these get in sometimes where a normal spanner won't get in. So yeah, 2 there, one with a sort of standard finish, oiled finish. I reckon this one must be a later one, got some sort of chemical blacked finish to it. So I think that's earlier, that's later. And in good condition. The thing to check on these is they do get abused. Is these pair, they've got a few little dings in them, but they're straight. These tend to get bent outwards when they're abused. You know, people put bars on the back of them and really go at them. They bend the heads, and then when you shut the jaws down, they don't close parallel. So that's what I look for in these. Is, you know, they've got nice parallel jaws on and haven't been too damaged. But these are quite sought after, and the reason is that these are were fitted into or supplied with car toolkits of an era. Went on a Rover stand, and I think they're sort of, you know, spares for the earlier Rovers and the 90s, and is it the 100s? Those type of Rovers, they're the old Auntie Rovers. But they have a tool drawer in the dashboard. And there is a space when you see she had some drawers there that were missing tools, and then a complete one, yeah, and it has a space for one of these to go in. So obviously the motor manufacturers contracted King Dick to supply them with these little spanners. So they're quite sought after, but very useful. So pick yourself one up if you see it. And then the other thing I bought was two pairs of pliers. I have seen these before, can't remember where. But they're just nice because they've got parallel closing jaws. You know, why is that an issue, Mr. Tweed? Well, if you look at a normal pair of pliers, they're only parallel when they're shut. When they're open, you know, anything you put in there, it's never going to meet with the surfaces you're trying to grip. A nice parallel flat meeting of minds. So, you know, you sort of try and grip that, and it only ever grips in 2 points, you know. Whereas these trust me to get a nut, not big enough to go in there. But you get the idea. Look, see, no, bear with. These close down, nice and parallel. Look at that, and you can really put some effort on these. And the other thing they've got, can you see? They've got a groove running down one of the jaws. Now this is serrated on both sides, and this smaller pair serrated on one side, and then it's got that groove running down it there. But you can sort of grip round stuff, and you can really get a twist on a round shaft with those. Stop it. Whereas these pliers, look, you can't get them on. You've got to grip them that way. You can't grip them that way. They only sort of make contact in 2 points. So yeah, got 2 pairs of those. These are made in England, Morn Industries. I should imagine they were used a lot sort of within the military, Army, Navy, Air Force. And then these ones have a little extra pair of side cutters that work bloody well. This is just a piece of armoured cable, steel wire. Look at that. Like a knife through butter, as they say. So yeah, there you go, some tooling from Beaulieu Autojumble. Now we're going to have a little sit down and we'll have a look around the car auction.
This belongs to the National Company. It was left to them years ago.
as I said on a previous video, bench space is at a premium. So I didn't know where to put the bench grinder. I put it here on the back of the door, and it's worked out quite well. So if you move back, you see, there it is on the door. We've got the entrance there where you come in, and yeah, it's not a hindrance at all, because I originally had coats hanging on the back of this. When you open the door, it used to get to about here when all the coats scrunched up, and that's as far as you could get it. See there, if I push the grinder back, it goes back that far, and sometimes even a little further if I move the drill table out of the way. So yeah, it's not a hindrance at all. And what we done, we made a mounting plate up out of that U-section channel that I've used before. This stuff that I get given to me with odd holes drilled in it, sort of not needed anymore, but it's really handy, yeah, because I sort of made this, made the collet holder for the Bridgeport. That's welded on there, that supports them. I also made this drill stand, 2 pieces back to back, welded together, holes drilled in them. Stocks all my big drills for the lathe, and they go from about 23mm up to about 30, so a nice sturdy drill stand. Worked out well for that. So with a spare piece, I made a support shelf for the grinder, and then with the offcuts, one of the offcuts made a upright support just to brace it up a bit more. So yeah, I can lean on that. That doesn't move at all. And yeah, and then the way it's sort of attached to the door, because the door isn't precious, just a UPVC door. You can do it with wooden door as well. Just ran the bolts straight through the door with support washers on the back. We did have to adjust the hinges a little bit because there's a little bit more weight on the door, but that wasn't a problem. And it sits there quite nicely. A couple of little webs there just to sort of do away with the sharp edges, and you know, add a bit more support. Not that it really needed it, because this is, you know, this is quite thick stuff. And yeah, there you go, nice and sturdy, and is coming in very useful. Use it a lot for deburring stuff, and you know, with the wire wheel on that side, and then this side is these sort of Scotch-Brite wheels, different grades. This is a 5p hardness, and this one's about a 9p hardness. This is for polishing up stainless steel and steel, and it works really well once you've taken the initial solid sort of finish to it. Once you've broken it into it a bit, yeah, they work really well. Yeah, and this one's for brass, aluminium, that kind of thing. So yeah, no, this comes in really handy for deburring stuff and finishing stuff off. And oh, yeah, I use the wire wheel very nicely on cleaning some rusty reamers up in a drawer down there. But I'm not going to show you now, because that'll spoil the tour that I'm going to do soon. So yeah, worked out really well. Grinder on the door. Sounds a bit sordid, doesn't it? So here's the Anvil, discovered on Facebook Marketplace. Well, it wasn't actually. I knew it was for sale, but I went to buy something else off the gentleman, and he had that there, and I sort of had a look at it, and he said, was I interested? And I said, well, it's a bit bigger than I really wanted. But we sort of agreed a price, and I've run a hammer all over it, and it rings really nicely, so I know it hasn't delaminated, which can happen with these anvils. Yeah, so I brought it home. I sort of regret it a bit. The back's aching a bit where I've been throwing it around, but cleaned it all up, ran the wire brush on the angle grinder over it to get sort of the rust off of it, and ran a flap disc over the top and over the horn, just to sort of, you know, get it back to sort of, you know, a reasonably flattish surface. I'm not taking a lot off, just cleaned it off really, and then protected it with linseed oil, painted all over it just to stop it rusting again. And yeah, and then when we cleaned off the rust, we discovered sort of stampings in it, which led me down the little sort of wormhole down the internet of anvils. So this is a William Foster anvil, 1841 it was made. There's two types of anvils. There's a cast anvil or a forged anvil. Didn't know, but yeah, this is a forged anvil, and you can tell that by this spike hole in the front here. There's one in the back, but yeah, I'm not going to lift it up again and show you. And there's one in the bottom as well. And this is where they put steel spikes into the red hot iron to manoeuvre it around when they're sort of hammering it into shape. So yeah, so this is a forged anvil. And also, I know how lardy is because they also, anvils of this era, they stamp the weight in it. And you've got 3 sets of numbers. The first number is the how many hundreds it is. The second is tenth of hundreds. And then the third set of numbers is pounds. So yeah, it's 200 weight, no tenths of 100 weight, and 23 pounds. And 100 weight is 112 pounds. So you add that all together and it's 247 pounds in weight, nearly 250 pounds. So yeah, quite a heavy lad, and won't be going much further than this. I'll probably just drag it out occasionally when I need to work on it, but it doesn't get in the way there, and looks the part. But what I'll also be doing is keeping an eye out for the stakes that blacksmiths use, and tin workers as well. They're the sort of T-bar items that drop into this slot, but they're quite handy for sort of sheet metal forming shapes and that kind of thing. So I think it'll come in handy. The second item I picked up was a Fobco star. Not this one, another one. This one's 3-phase, so this is in the workshop. The other one I'm going to put in the garage. The pedal stool's here, column is here, ready for being cleaned up. I'm going to pop it on the lathe, take the bottom collar off. Yeah, and I didn't realise this is why they're so bleeding heavy. Solid columns on these. Clamping screws are here. The table is here. The one in the workshop's got a perfect table with no marking on it. Unfortunately, this one's got the arc of inexperience in it. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's not unusual to find drill presses with this sort of damage on. So yeah, that's there. Top's here. The top of it is here on the ground of where I sort of started taking it all apart. There's a bit of noise in the bearings, so I'm going to sort of replace the bearings. But it was the same day I'd been moving the anvil around and cleaning it, and this is as far as I could get it by the end of the day. So yeah, this is going to be stripped down. There's a company that do this colour paint, so I think as I've got it apart, oh, and they do eBay, you can get the stickers as well on here, so I'm going to get the stickers as well, and just give this one a tidy up, new set of bearings and new belt, and it will be as good as new. And then the reason for getting this is to replace this one. There's nothing wrong with this. I was given this. It's sort of, I think it's a Lidl's or Aldi, supposedly German, but made in China. Little column drill. You know, it does the job. But if you can replace it with a quality item, then that's what I'm going to do. And then it will eventually live here. That's why I stuck the lid there, just to make sure I had enough room to get it in. So another project for the upcoming winter. I wasn't going to video doing this up, but if any of you are interested, let me know and I will video progress, you know, mainly on the head, disassembling, putting the new bearings in, putting it back together, you know, general cleanup, and having it running again. If you're interested, let me know down below. So there you go, one of Tweedy's shorts. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, subscribe, and if you want to see more videos, tick the old Tweed's Garage icon down there if you can see it on your computer. If not, you know, down the bottom there where they allow you to subscribe, and you'll see other videos. Give us a like, and I'll see you next time. All right, cheerio. Here, Jenkins, pop that on the stove. We'll have a brew. Tweedy shorts. We're just going to tidy. Tuck that up there. There you have. Hello and welcome to Tweed's.